Okay, folks, welcome back to POVPOOL, to the West Coast Challenge, 10 ball. We're about to play a fourth place match. Out of this 45-player field, 10,000 added event between Ernesto Dominguez and Dennis ORCOLLO. It's going to be a race to 9 from the one-loss side. These individuals have fought hard to get where they are now. And here's going to be the lag between Ernesto and Dennis. That voice you hear in the background is of Ken Schumann, our tournament director, who has worked tirelessly for the last 4 days. Change what? Yes. And he's worked with Janet Okamoto tirelessly for 4 days straight. This is our 5th day here. Providing these players with all the resources and this venue, updating the brackets, making sure tables are available, policing all the rules of the event. We're lucky to have them here helping us out. With that, let's start this match. Dennis ORCOLLO versus Ernesto Dominguez. This is a race to 9. And there are only 4 players left in this tournament. These two individuals, Dennis ORCOLLO and Ernesto Dominguez, and Jason Williams, with Alex Pagalayan waiting in the hot seat. Looks like a good break. 2 balls went immediately to the side pocket. Looks like the 3 and 4 are tied up together. And I'm thinking Dennis is going to play this. It's a 2-10 combo. He calls a 10 ball. And just misses, but it might be okay, because if you see the 4 and the 3 together, you probably walk back to your chair, not too worried about the situation. But obviously Ernesto Dominguez is a genius in this game. Wow. What a great shot by Ernesto. Came underneath the 10. Trying to get you that replay. Let's get back to this match. Wow, let's take a look there. Force follow under the 10 and a perfect angle to come back and break out the 3. Didn't even touch the 4 ball. How sweet it is right now to be Ernesto. Well, not the best break of all. You don't want your cue ball going beyond the rack point. As a result, Ernesto's now hooked behind the 9. He's probably going to have to play a push. Okay, we open the second rack with a safety battle. Scores now 1-0. I think he called the 7 ball. Very good shot. He massaged around the 5 ball to make that ball. Wow. Might be in a pickle though now. Now he's calling the 10. What a shot! What a shot that was! We are seeing some precision play from Ernesto Dominguez. Phenomenal shots those two shots were. Just amazing what a little knowledge in this game will do for you. Ernesto came in 9th place in the U.S. Open 9-ball just 2 years ago, I believe. If it wasn't last year. It's hard to remember. Time flies. Ernesto looks like he's on fire right now. I mean, he's virtually stolen the last 2 racks from Dennis. It's leaking out a little bit. I think Ernesto wanted to play the 1 ball, the return rail to come sort of underneath the 10 and the 9 and the 8. Very difficult to play, precise kick shots. I think Dennis called the 2 ball. Play a combination. Swing and a miss. And an open shot. You want to join me? Ooh.
Boy, that was unfortunate.
I'm joined now by Carissa Biggs from Portland, Oregon. How you doing, Carissa?
I'm great, thanks. I'm having so much fun.
I don't know how long you've been here, but did you just see the last 2 racks by Ernesto?
I actually did not. I had just kind of snuck around the corner after Ernesto broke.
Well,
I don't think Dennis is going to return that one.
no. We're playing call shot, folks, so Ernesto did not expect to make the 4 in the side pocket, so it's a slight error. So Dennis has, I think an open shot to the corner pocket here.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if that goes past the 8. The 5 goes past the 8.
I don't think it does. You see that?
Yeah. Yeah. And
He's looking at it.
Dennis would be just as likely to back cut it as well and come around 3 rails for shape on the 6. He's a shooter 100%, so
I might expect him to play for the side pocket before the. Well, he's playing for the corner. He's playing your shot.
well, it looks like he's going to draw it also, as opposed to letting the ball float the rails.
That side pocket could be in his future.
Bam.
Wow. Wow.
What a beautiful shot.
I mean, he used the 7 ball. He
Yeah.
used it. He knew it was coming into play.
Sure. Well, that's his rotation experience, playing 15-ball rotation. Had an opportunity to do an interview with him yesterday or last night, and so that was quite a bit of fun to learn about Dennis and his motivations and his life and his beginnings and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, he came from a fishing village, did he not?
That's what he said.
Mhm.
That's what he said.
Grew
and
up in a fishing village, and they didn't have a lot back out there.
he said having a job would have earned him $25 a month.
Whereas playing pool,
He was motivated to play pool in the hopes of providing a better life for his prospective family and the family that he wanted to have.
just going to recap a couple of shots with you here. In the first rack, Ernesto had a shot on the 2, came under the 10 to break out a 3 ball away from the 4 so that he could make the 3
Wow.
and ran out. The next rack, he stole that first game from
What
him.
a treat.
He stole another game, 2 shots in a row.
Huh. Make no mistake, those are not thefts on Ernesto's part.
2 shots in a row. He masses, plays a combo to combinate the 7. And then, very next shot, calls the 10 ball, plays into the 5 and makes the 10 ball.
Wow. Ernesto is an extremely skilled and knowledgeable player. I mean, one of the top on the planet, obviously, but with his billiards knowledge.
What's going on? We might have a...
Sounds like there's a little bit of a personal...
I think it might be a pattern wrecking issue. I'm not sure if that's the case. Kenny?
That's unfortunate.
Well, they might... Ernesto might be just asking Ken to police the situation. I don't know if that came up, did it? Did they actually make him change the ball arrangement?
Maybe. Not to rig the rack, huh?
Well, he's not beating around the bush, is he?
Yeah, I know that they talk about random racking, that you can't pattern rack, but I'm not skilled enough to, you know, understand ultimately pattern racking within the 10 ball. I mean, I can see it much easier in 9 ball, but
10 ball's a tough one. But, we actually did a little bit of an analysis on his racking yesterday. Or was it day before yesterday? During the first day, we actually streamed his first match against Alex Mason. We took a picture, a screenshot of the rack previous to the rack that he was racking. We matched them. We matched them on the screen, and they weren't the same.
yeah.
So I don't know if it's the actual sequence of balls that is in question. It might be the way he freezes the balls together. That might have something to do with it also.
Sure.
Maybe that's a question from Ernesto.
Well, an AC here on the chat says it has to do primarily with 3 balls that must be, placed somewhere else in the rack, obviously. So,
Yeah. So with that, it's 2-2. Six and 7. 3 almost tracking to the corner. Well, almost going in.
I wonder if he'll play for the 2-3 combination or try and spin. Doesn't look like he has the enough angle to spin up on the end. Or maybe he'll bank it and go around the 5 with the cue ball.
Came off the 5 there. And he needs a roll. He's going to get one. And you know what? It's not that bad either.
He got away with it.
Yeah, the 2 does go to the side.
I was thinking he would shoot that in the corner just to hold the cue ball for the 3. He shoots it in the side and holds the cue ball for the 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you can do that when you're Dennis or Coyle.
Yeah, he's got a natural angle. But he's going to play the angle. I was going to say natural angle to come straight, because the 5 ball, he didn't need to play it this way, but Dennis is so used to playing angles on balls.
Well, and that's such a key component to being successful in rotation, is having angle on the object balls. I see a lot of players get into trouble by playing shape too straight. Oh.
What just happened?
They took a little bit for granted. No.
Yeah, Ernesto felt confident about banking, and he kind of knows that that's the shot you got to play. Not a lot of safeties available from that standpoint.
I'm surprised.
I suppose he could have thinned it. He could have thinned it,
Well, I think that on that bank, maybe the idea is to play it short and then with the correct speed so that if it doesn't go in,
Right.
the 10 ball is
it
on
tracks to the middle of the
rail,
table near the side, gets funny.
on the rail.
Yeah.
And it just opened up. Must have had some English that opened the angle up.
Yeah. He actually banked it long, though.
Yeah, it's hard to say in a situation like that if that's intentional. On his part, obviously he's shooting to make it, but or if it's something to do with not being used to the equipment or.
Well, this could be a long rack. Who knows? We'll see. 5, 8, 1, 9.
Yeah, I just wonder.
5 has pockets, but
Does Dennis push out here? Yes.
yeah.
My guess is that Ernesto will shoot it and play the one up close to the 7. Cue ball.
If he puts a little spin on it, he might be able to play a precision speed shot. Maybe hang the cue ball behind the 6 along the side rail.
Oh, I see him coming more down to the end rail.
Oh, wow.
But he didn't do either.
He played that cue ball a little flatter than I expected.
Yeah.
It looked like he played with inside English. I'm not sure.
It just didn't work out the way that he wanted, I'm sure. So I wonder if he plays that 4 in the side and then the 5 in the opposite corner, or if he's going to try and move the cue ball to play the 5 in the same side. Yeah.
Oh, he's way out of line there.
All right. Let's get going, Ernesto. This should be good for Ernesto to go around the 9 and come back for the 6 on the corner. If he can avoid the 7, yes. Beautiful.
So let me ask you this question. Do you think you could play this good if you were a table mechanic and you just finished doing 16 tables in San Francisco, 25 tables here at California Billiard Club, and then got an eye injury in between all that?
there's not a chance.
You think you could play that good?
Not a chance for me, my friend. I'm laying up in the Hilton and enjoying the lap of luxury and can't play this good. Oh, it was a treat to watch these guys, let me tell you.
I mean, Ernesto is just... He's breaking all the rules. Breaking all the rules that a man can do, you know.
Well, and both of these gentlemen are no stranger to the word work.
We got a pretty tight match, too.
Yes, indeed.
I want to thank Tiger Products for working with POVPOOL, Kamui Tips, and Marty Carey's Jump Cue. I heard a ball go in. Did you? 4-9 on the table. Well, the bank on the 1 to the side looks available, and I think the 3.
Why I see him playing safe here more than...
You know, there's a safety that I like here.
Mm-hmm.
You cut the 1 thin with inside, and you just roll the cue ball beyond the 7. I like his safety too, though.
It looks like Dennis will most likely be able to kick at the 1 ball, kick it back down table, and hold the cue ball behind the 2.
Yeah, kick and stick there.
It's my best guess in this situation. But I like seeing him look at exactly where he wants the 1 to go.
Well, he wants the 1 definitely to travel past the 7 ball. That's the danger in this shot is if
He called the 1 ball as well, so...
to where?
The
Corner?
bottom left pocket. Yeah, yeah. Whoa.
9 ball became got in the way.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake not to ultimately play the safety there.
Play it at speed for safety.
Well, if he's skilled enough to ultimately kick for that pocket,
Yeah.
he can easily kick for the bottom rail.
Wow. What a shot we got there.
Yeah.
I think he came out a little wider than he wanted, but I'm sure he'll take it.
You like that angle. Like having the angle.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He wanted to swing around the 5.
Of course, yeah. So this should be another safety then from Ernesto. Put the 3 ball on the bottom rail, cue ball on the opposite bottom rail.
Yeah, I don't see any reason for him to go for this. He could play and try to call the 6, but he
no.
played my
Side
little
to
safety
side,
that I
yeah.
like to do. Okay, Dennis is going to walk. It's his shot. He's going to take his 5-minute break.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's not hooked on that 3 ball, so...
Yeah. Yeah, 5-minute break, guys. Dennis Orcollo will be back. It's his shot. We want to thank Ken Schumann, Janet Okamoto for the tournament direction they're doing. I want to see maybe we can find out from Ken what that was, that issue with the racking.
I can go and ask.
No, I'll wave him down. We'll see. For those who don't know Carissa, she's from Portland, Oregon, married to Steve Lingelbach. She's been here streaming matches on the side with her Facebook profile using her iPhone. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then they also took some interviews. So if you want to check Carissa Biggs' Facebook page, I don't know what your privacy is set at, Carissa, but
I don't think I have any privacy.
you may want to get on that because we're about to send some people your way. We don't have to.
Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, it was for fun. And so
Okay.
if people enjoy that, then, that's all that's about. The interview with Dennis was really very neat.
Yeah, I was watching the very beginning of it, but I think I got distracted. So I do plan on going back and visiting.
At some point, for some reason, on that particular interview, the streaming maybe stalled, and then
Right,
what
you
lost
you lost the Wi-Fi for a second.
Yeah, so what you see doesn't match up with how his lips are moving. That was really very annoying. But
There was an audio sync issue?
yeah, I think so anyway. I
Huh.
obviously just, I don't know obviously to anyone, but I just was doing that for fun and had done it at the request of a friend. Didn't even know you could do that sort of thing before Wednesday.
Well, streaming to Facebook is relatively new.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool that we're able to do it.
Yeah.
You know. But you guys are player reps for the BCA up there in Portland, Oregon. Is that right?
The Western BCA, yes.
Western BCA.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I always forget about the distinctions.
Well, it's a regional branch of the national BCA, so yeah.
Now, I heard something about Portland that is one of the fastest growing cities in the United States. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. It was funny. Steve and Darren and I were driving to breakfast this morning, and we're on a busy street with some 1,500 square foot ranch houses or that sort of thing. And Steve made some sort of comment, and I kind of chuckled and said, "Who are you kidding? These are $1 million homes here." And Steve said, "No way, those aren't $1 million homes." And Darren actually is in the real estate business, and he went and priced out the homes, and sure enough, they were $750,000 to $800,000 homes.
So the value up there, the real estate's going up, huh?
Well, that was down here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was down here, and you could buy three houses, easily three of the same house.
Yeah.
Up in Portland as you could, ultimately from what we saw when we were going to breakfast. So.
But there's no. Is there a pool hall that at least has like a room with 8 gold crowns and maybe 4 bar boxes? Is there a room like that in Portland?
There are some.
That is a player's room.
There are some rooms up there that have gold crowns and that type of thing, but none of those particular room owners really care about the game. So they don't maintain their tables. They don't require their employees to maintain the tables. They don't do anything for the game in terms of tournaments and that type of thing, which is unfortunate.
Well, down in SoCal, we call those sports bars pretty much.
Yeah, but there's in Oregon, we have video poker that the bars can have, and locations have opened just for video poker. And so they can make a living off of having video poker in them. And unfortunately,
How long has that been in effect?
gosh, that's a good question I don't have the answer to.
Yeah.
Dennis is back.
Dennis is back, and it's his shot. He's analyzing. Thanks for hanging in there with us while we took that little break. It's nice to talk to you, Carissa. Now, could everybody please get off her Facebook page and come back and watch this? That'd be nice.
Your viewership hasn't diminished. They didn't all run to my Facebook page.
No, it's quite all right. Uh-oh. Well, not an ideal safety, but
I was surprised to see Dennis play the shot that way.
well, right here we're talking about a triple combination, which is extremely low percentage.
Ernesto probably plays the safe where the cue ball sits right on top of the 10 ball.
Did he just call the 9?
Did he really?
Yep, he did. He did. You know, in a way, because I think it's the only way he can actually play some sort of a safety and allow his cue ball to escape, into a safer zone. But if he makes this, then he might have a hard shot on the 3.
Right.
No, he played safe. Okay. What do I know?
And that is.
Good shot. That was a good shot. That's he's getting some applause there, because what he actually did do was very difficult, because he may have actually bumped into the 10 ball there, and that would have been a fail for him. Dennis jumping. Called the 10 in the corner, but it didn't go.
Yeah, I don't see Ernesto trying to go for that 10 ball. So does he back cut the 3? Getting shape on the 4 is no fun if he attempts to do that, but it does look like that's what he's going for.
You know, Carissa, I think you can play the 4 off the 6 in the side. I think as long as you get where he is right now, you can probably play that 4 and not worry about it.
Sure.
The 3 ball was very difficult, though.
Well, to make that and do what he wanted to do with the cue ball definitely added X percentage of difficulty to making that ball. Nice shot.
Yep.
It amazes me when those players can just feather the object ball like that. Have the touch of an elephant. It's horrible.
That's the one pocket in him coming out right there.
We do have some good pool halls and places to play pool in Salem, though. So when you come up and you're dying to play some pool, then you'll have to stop in Salem.
Salem's not that far from Portland, is it?
Mm-mm. It's like a 40 minutes south of Portland, and
Now, by the way, I ask you that not to downgrade Portland at all, but to maybe, let some of you entrepreneurs out there know that there might be a market for a pool hall out there
some
in Portland.
opportunity,
Yeah.
definitely.
God knows you've got, 3,000 members? Western BCA, 5,000 members? How many do you have? Western BCA?
I believe there are 5,000 members, and And the APA operator in the Portland area is the biggest west of the Mississippi, I believe. There are thousands of people playing APA leagues there every week, every night.
With the potential for more members, since your city's on an upswing anyway.
Wow.
Wow, Ernesto missed. I think he was. I don't know what was going on there with that shot.
It looked like he's wiping his eye here back in his seat. And
Well, he did get a slight eye injury.
wow. Do you know what had happened?
I don't. I think it was just a piece of debris while he was working.
Wow.
Flew into his eye.
Wow, what a shame.
I haven't had a chance to discuss it with him. I just found out from Chris Swart. I spoke to Ernesto a couple days ago, but I guess he's so humble. He doesn't even mention stuff like that. He says, "Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah. Yeah, in interviewing these guys, and I've talked to Ernesto personally quite a bit over the years. I mean, just excuses are not in their vocabulary.
Yeah. If there's anybody that I know that moves forward, it's Ernesto Dominguez.
Yeah. Yeah, the room owners in Salem really try to do a lot for the game. There's a newer bar that has great food, and they hold a variety of tournaments called Colby's, and that's in North Salem. They have a 9-foot diamond in their bar, and then several 7-foot diamonds for the league players and whatnot. And Jake's is on the south side of Salem, has several pool tables, and they have always supported pool, and it started with a man named Jim Liebold at the Cue Ball. He owns a pool hall there that has several 9-foot tables, and at his location kids are allowed in, and he's always supported the game and helped bring kids along, learning to play and whatnot. So Salem's a great pool town.
Oh, that's great. It's awesome.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's just 40 minutes away from Portland.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Well, shoot, I live in Los Angeles. We drive 40 minutes. We drive 40 minutes for breakfast.
That cracks me up, because
crazy how
when we've
much
been
we
in
have to
Los
drive in
Angeles,
LA.
every time we talk to a friend or something,
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't want to go over there. It takes 40 minutes to get there. It takes an hour to get, the traffic. They don't want to go anywhere.
Well, when you have to do it for work all the time,
Yeah.
I mean, we're always going to Hard Times Bellflower, to this venue, to that venue, Golden Q.
So where do you live in relation to those locations? That
We live in North Hollywood, which is basically 45 minutes from every pool hall. 45 minutes to an hour.
Boy, Jeff Bay's place, Hollywood Billiards, sure was amazing. That had the best of everything.
It was. I was a bartender there for almost 3 years.
Nice.
Yeah. I started as a DJ there. And then I went to become a bartender there. That was a slop shot.
And Dennis could have had Ernesto shoot the shot again, but
Yeah.
naturally, of course, being able to see the two right there, he chose not to. So at Hollywood Billiards, is that how you ultimately kind of got hooked on pool, or?
You know, I was well, I don't want this interview to be a I don't want to have an interview about me, but that's when I got more serious about pool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when it started to take on a whole new, course, direction in my life. Yes, when I started working at Hollywood Billiards, I started actually getting out of DJing and more into pool again. But I've been playing since I was 5.
Wow. Well, I think that is ultimately what's so important about what you do, because oftentimes and a lot of times really people who are enthusiastic about the game don't have exposure to players like this. They don't understand the top levels of the game because they've never been exposed to it or see it. And
Well, that's what we tried to do, is expose them and give people a chance to see what these,
guys are capable of.
what they're capable of, and what you can be capable of too,
Absolutely.
We want you to be inspired. We want you to, support this as a sport.
Love the game.
There are lots of great resources available to improve your game, to get into this game, all around the country, all around the world. The equipment only gets better and better every year. I think the 5 goes.
It looks like it from this angle, from all the angles. Looks like he will be playing 2 or possibly 3 rail shape for the 7. Then it looked like he changed his mind. Now appears to be playing the other. No, he's still going for that low.
Oh man, that's obnoxious. how close to traffic he came in. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Close quarters.
I thought he made a mental error on the position for the 7. I felt like he should have been more in the middle of the table to play the 7 in the other side.
He's at close range here.
And
yeah, I think he kind of backed up out of the shot a little too. You see how he overextended there a little too much? Mm-hmm. And then, as a result of that, his follow through, it affected his follow through. At least that's what I saw. Oh no.
Where is the ball going there, Ernesto? No.
It's going to be a hanger now for, boy, oh boy. You can't look a gift horse in the mouth, I tell you. I gotta just play this back because when you're overextended on a shot like that and you don't use a bridge, you take a look here.
Yeah, Alex has a little
And
extension.
he backs off the shot. You see how he kind of, well, maybe he didn't back off that much. I don't know. What are your thoughts in the chat room? Dare I ask? So I believe the score's 5-3. I'm going to double check Dennis's score sheet. Just give me a second, folks.
Yeah, that makes sense. Is the score 5-3?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I was so busy chatting you up last time. Oh. That was such a touchy shot. Yeah, it looks like Ernesto will most likely deliver a safety back to ORCOLLO here. Beautifully done. We'll see if Dennis is able to deliver a return safety. It's a high degree of difficulty. Oh, he's going to call the one ball. But appears to have delivered the return safety. Oh, 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 what a beautiful shot. And that, my friends, is what Ernesto Dominguez can do on the pool table. Oh.
So I stepped away, but I missed the 2-shot special in that last rack. What happened?
That was beautiful. Ernesto, I changed the
Score. I noticed that.
I did, and I changed what it said there because it said hot seat match.
Oh,
race
I
to
apologize.
9,
Thank you. Okay.
I wasn't exactly sure what to say. Loser here will take 4th place. But Ernesto had played a great save on Dennis when Dennis missed a touchy shot on the 1.
Uh-huh.
Dennis returned a kick save back into Ernesto's plate, and Ernesto kicked in the 110 combo.
Wow.
That was incredible.
Well, I can't wait to watch it later.
That one deserves a replay.
We can't do that.
Well, shoot, Daniel.
Well, no, because it happened over 3 minutes ago, so.
Okay.
Ernesto just went in the drink.
Viewers, make sure to invite your friends to watch these great matches at POVPOOL.com.
Yep. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And anytime that we upload new matches, you can get notifications. You know, I've noticed Dennis actually speeds up his game when he looks like he might be behind, or if he's, you know, in some way threatened.
Yeah, the faster rhythm does appear to favor Dennis, or that he likes that better. But he did miss that 110 ball when he got too fast.
Yeah,
So there's definitely, I'm sure, a fine line.
Jason Williams is a local hero from Concord, California, and he's going to play the winner of this match. And Dennis managed to beat Torsten Homan last night for an opportunity to play in the hot seat match against Alex Pagulayan. He lost to Alex.
Jason.
Yes, Jason lost to Alex Pagulayan 11 games to 3. So for Jason's sake, I'm going to just tell him now to dig deep and bring your best game, because either one of these two players are going to be the match of your life, buddy.
And what a treat.
Oh, man.
To
I
be
mean,
in that
what an
position.
opportunity to be Jason Williams.
Right?
I mean, we play these tournaments, no handicap. And incidentally, I got an update on that racking issue I'll tell you about in a minute. You get an opportunity to play these tournaments, no handicap, a field full of pros, and you end up in this position.
Yeah.
That's a you know,
Mr.
Cinderella story right there. But
Mr. Omega Man is saying that the tournament here is in Oregon, and I don't know if he is making a funny joke, but this is in Fremont, California, of course, at the California Billiards in Fremont, which is a beautiful room. We had a side bet when we first got here about the square footage of this room.
Oh, yeah?
How big it was. Do you have a guess?
12,000.
That was my guess. It's 16,000 square feet.
16,000 square feet here.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, they have great food on the menu, and I don't even know how many 9-foot tables are there. Like 30 9-foot tables, 9-foot Gold Crown Prix.
Well, right now there's 30 because they have these 2 additional tables.
Well, but they're 2 from over there. They're tables 1 and 2 from over there.
Oh, shoot.
And then they have bar tables
Okay.
usually here in
Yeah,
this
they usually
area.
have 8 bar tables. Wow, you're right. Actually, that didn't compute with me.
I believe this is a true double elimination tournament for Terry Hanna asking in the chat.
Yeah. Just like the one pocket tournament, it was true double elimination. So is this one.
So it'll be a race to 11, and then if it goes a second set, it would be a race to 9. Is that how that works?
Yes, I believe so.
Oh.
Ernesto played a good shot, but his cue ball didn't slow down there. So I'll give you a quick update on that. You remember when Ernesto said something to Dennis while he was racking?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a technique to racking 10 ball. Dennis has a habit when he finishes racking of like feathering the one ball with his pinky and finger and stuff. Now it appears when he's doing that, it appears that he's trying to freeze the ball. He's actually trying to create a gap. And what that will do is it'll allow the 2, I think it's second balls down or the third balls down to fly into the side pockets.
I can't wait to get home and try that.
That's a technique. So what appears to be the behavior of someone trying to tighten the balls, he's actually creating a gap.
Wow.
So Ernesto basically, called him out on it. Ken Shimon got involved. And, it wouldn't surprise me if Ernesto checks the rack throughout the rest of the set.
And Dennis made quick work of that run out with ball in hand on the 1.
Yeah. So 7-4. Joe Tucker has an online course now. You can go to and you can enroll in Joe Tucker's pool school, get access to all of his videos that he's ever made for pool instruction.
I think it's a mistake to let players ultimately just rack for themselves. It could all be solved if the opponent just went ahead and put together the rack. Even if you still use the magic rack, or the turtle rack, sorry.
Yes, I mean, let's just put it this way. That controversy is not going to go away for a long time still, I mean, it's always going to come back. The template rack has not solved the issue like we would hope it did, like we had hoped.
It solves the issue of a rack being tight, of opponent loose racking you and giving you a
But it doesn't solve the issue
rack,
of doesn't solve the issue of fixing the rack for yourself or your opponent somehow figuring out how to fix the rack for you.
Against you.
Because trust me, that'll get figured out as well. It'll get figured out both ways. There's ways to pattern rack to make the rack hard after you break. So if you have a tough opponent.
Well, I can understand doing that as a competitor to place the balls in a certain order so that the run out is more difficult. To me, seems fair. However, adjusting the rack for yourself so that the 9 ball just pockets or other balls just automatically pocket when it's supposed to be a tight rack, that, in my opinion, is cheating, which ultimately, of course, is why Ernesto would have called.
You know what I like? I like Delta rack or Diamond rack, brand new balls. Don't touch the balls after you lift the rack. That's what I like. I don't think you need a template rack. You're just not allowed to touch the balls. After you lift that rack, you're not allowed to touch the balls.
Sure.
You look, and when that ball slides away, then you can bring the rack back down and try to tighten them up again. But once you lift them and bring them up, then you're not allowed to touch the balls. I like that rule.
Well, it sounds reasonable. Ultimately, a good solution. And is it just me, or does Dennis just make this look too easy?
Well, he does. This is, forget about the racking or whatever. I mean, he's improved. I mean, I really feel like he's improved over the past. I've said it several times during this event and the last event in San Francisco he just played. I've observed a much more focused Dennis Orcollo in the past than in the past 2 years. And even 2 years ago, he was a monster.
He was talking yesterday about how much he loves the game, and
Well, he's on the hill.
he's pretty much run the last 2 racks, ultimately. That's hard to tally up games on the scoreboard when you can't get to the table.
Sure is. You can't win if you don't play.
That's a guarantee.
I think Ernesto can see the 1 ball here.
He definitely can.
I think he can make it, and I see that the 2 ball is in the middle of the table for the side. This is actually an okay pattern. I don't see a lot of problems here.
Oh, it looks good.
I think he'll run this out. Barring any, natural disasters or human error.
You got to be careful talking about natural disasters here in California. Steve says, "Oh, we need to move down to California." I said, "Are you kidding me? They have earthquakes down here." He says, "How many people have died from earthquakes?" Oh, that was close.
Yeah. Pool gods are smiling on Ernesto right now.
Thank goodness, it's about time.
I'm giving him a chance to change his destiny.
Yeah, he came up a little short on that 7 ball, and it's made this particular run out a little more difficult.
Oof. Ernesto says, that's okay.
Hopefully, he
Wow.
is on the wrong side of that 9 ball, and position on that 10 is not easy, so he probably has to move the cue ball here more than he would like to.
You could play a pretty easy safety here.
I don't think he's playing safe. Very nicely done.
Yeah. We're going to see a round of applause after he makes this 10 ball.
Yes. Yeah, that's one of the things that Steve tries to teach to his students is what he calls an A-side, B-side shape on the object ball, knowing where you want to go into position to next. And that could have easily cost Ernesto there, coming up short on that shape on the 7 ball for the side.
Well, yeah, he had an extremely difficult shot on the 8 ball. He had to back cut that 8 ball, and then he was rolling the dice on position.
Yeah.
But he got there.
It's nice recovery. And
Good
nice,
recovery.
Ultimately, good execution in the way he continued to handle it.
This is a very nice break.
Yeah,
This is a very, very nice break.
We should see a 8-6 here pretty soon, yeah?
Well,
does Ernesto have 5 right now?
Only Ernesto can tell us that.
I think he's going to show us. Well, that's what I'm hoping anyway, because I could watch these champs all day, every day.
I know. I know.
A lot of people love playing pool, but and these guys make it look so easy, but in reality, the amount of talent and skill and focus and mental toughness and all that secret sauce is no small feat.
That's why I always like to root for both players,
I like that philosophy.
I don't have any favorites. I just like to see good pool. I have friends that I have high hopes for,
Sure.
And I have high hopes for them in their pool games. But ultimately, I'm happy for most players if they play well.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Oh, man. Gosh, and I was going to say something too. That's such a small thing, but on what I didn't think was very Ernesto-like when he shot that 9 ball, he crossed the line of his shape. He
Crossed the line of shape. Yeah, he coming.
As opposed to if he had followed the
instead of coming with the line of shape, he came into the line of shape. Yeah. Right?
Exactly. Which is, it's not like him. Being a billiard player and, all his experience, I'm glad it's not costing him in this game, because they both have been playing so exceptionally well. Yes.
Well, that was the closeout ball for Dennis, and he better hope that he doesn't live to regret that miss.
Yeah, that's definitely
For his sake.
a good point. I wasn't even thinking of the fact that Dennis is on the hill, and pocketing that 10 ball would have won him the match. So he really better hope he doesn't, ultimately end up regretting that. Ernesto's taking a break.
Taking a quick break. Players get 5 minutes each to take a break during their match.
Eight six. Yeah. That's what we have. Oh, on the score sheet. Oh, I hope this doesn't.
We have
turn into
8-6.
a controversy. Yeah.
We have 8-6. I mean, if I have to go back and count games by looking at a tape, at a recorded file, please don't let it come to this.
Well, if it needs to for anyone's peace of mind, thank goodness that that's an option. I mean, really.
Yeah.
You hate to.
Ken doesn't seem to be arguing it with Dennis, but he is going to Janet for verification now. Somebody seems to think it's 8-7. Dennis is insisting it's 8-6.
We'll see if that was just a mistake on Ernesto's part, or
8-6. Ken Schumann
Nope.
just... Huh?
there is a discrepancy.
Ernesto's surprised. Ernesto's surprised. He thought it was 8-7. This is why I don't even know why they... You know what happened? Yesterday, some way through midpoint, they started just going with the score sheet, and they stopped using the coins. And to be honest with you, I prefer they use coins. For both their sake. Because I don't want my opponent to trust my opponent with the scorekeeping. Do you?
The coins ultimately make it visible for both the opponent. And it's just a shame that they weren't able to string up some balls there, like they have over the other tables for
Yeah,
he score type of thing.
I know. Chris apologized. He just completely spaced on putting the beads above the table.
Well, it's just one of those things that you have hundreds of people watching, and you don't even think that it would be an issue or that type of thing, but it's just so unfortunate when it becomes an issue. I feel bad for Ernesto in this spot, mentally thinking that he had 7 games for
he only has.
whatever
Yeah,
reason,
I know.
and comes back from his break and he's on an upswing, but oh no. Sorry you don't have as many games as you thought you did.
I know.
That's no good.
So, for Dennis's sake, I think it's in his best interest to run this out and call it a day for Ernesto.
Oh, and I think he definitely will. I'd bet good money on that. Just see what kind of angle he gets here on the 5, and going from the 5 to the 6 is ultimately where it's at in this rack, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Just the 7 doesn't pass the 10 to the right-hand corner, does it? Where the 5 is?
No.
So then what he's going to have to do is he's going to have to get. He doesn't want to get too flat on the 6 ball. He needs to get angle, like right between the 9 and the 8. He needs angle.
Yep. So the 5 to the 6 is the shot.
He's going to be off completely. Now he has to play a bank and come around.
Yeah, he called the cross side.
2 or 3 rails for the 7 in the left-hand corner.
Which is ultimately still very doable for Dennis. What do you think? At 80?
Missable shots, you know. These are all
80%
missable
on
shots.
this shot?
70.
Wow. Yep. But he's safe. So I like the fact that he didn't come around the 2 rails and play the top side of the 7, going all out for that particular shot.
Yeah.
Because obviously he is able to play it 2 ways and get himself a safety. Now, Ernesto could most likely kick this in, and he would have, most likely natural shape on the 7 if he's able to kick it in off the top rail. What do you think?
I think he may either masse this ball or jump. If he kicks anything, he's not going to kick to make this. He's going to play a kick safety. He'll call the 6 on the side as make it, but he's playing a safety if he does that.
He calls it.
He's calling the corner. So he's going to play this 2 rails.
Gosh, I don't like that.
No, I actually do, because he's playing for his cue ball to track to the right side of the left side of the table. The speed is going to be so good here.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
His speed was so good on this shot.
That.
Yeah.
I wonder if Dennis called the 10 ball there.
Yeah, this is. He took a flyer on that shot. I didn't really think much about it.
I don't think he called a pocket, so maybe he was trying to create distance. And I wonder if Ernesto has to play this 7 in the side, come under the
follow.
Oh,
Missed it. Kinda missed it good. Dennis may just kick this, play a kick and stick. The safety's on all day.
I think he can cut it. Yeah.
He's calling the side. You see, he's playing a kick and stick.
Okay.
So now we got issues here. We got a little trouble. This is not easy.
Well, the ability, so Ernesto's massing here, and the ability of these guys to kick safe, it's really a treat for people to be able to watch, because ultimately 9-ball and 10-ball are offensive games.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's over now.
Yeah, should be. That should have been before. Boy.
See, this whole time, Carissa, you and I were thinking it didn't pass the 10.
And it does.
It does, all day.
Well, it obviously must.
But here he is. Remember he overextended himself? And he missed that 8-ball? He's doing the same thing here. Oh, here comes that fat lady. She's about to sing. Well, you know what? A great match nonetheless. I mean, Ernesto played some seriously heavyweight shots during this match. And I was just only sorry to miss the rack he won when I was stepped away from the...
Oh boy, that kick shot on the 110 combination was absolutely first class.
Yeah.
World class.
Yeah, so Carissa, thanks for joining us during this match. Carissa Biggs, she's out of Portland, Oregon. You guys interested in getting involved in the Western BCA league up there? And if you want to give a shout out to anybody, feel free to do so.
Hi, Mom.
All right. You can also you can have a chance to, if you friend her on Facebook, if she accepts you, you can have a chance to see some of the interviews she's put on her Facebook with some of the players, and also some of the matches that she streamed while we were not able to provide coverage. So thanks again, Carissa, and thank you to Ernesto Dominguez for a really upstanding performance. And congratulations to him for taking 4th place in this event. Ernesto will receive $1,125. 4th place, West Coast Challenge 10-ball event. Not a bad little paycheck for 4th place.
Oh, it's just so great that Chris did this weekend and the whole week for the One Pocket and this 10-ball event. And shame on those players who didn't make it out, but thanks very much for having me, and be excited to watch the upcoming matches.
So am I, and we have 2 guaranteed matches left today. It'll be Jason Williams versus Dennis Orcollo coming up next. Give us about 15-20 minutes, and in the meantime, get your popcorn ready and keep loving pool. We'll be back. Thanks for watching today.